The man's first job as a janitor at a mental hospital, but on the first day of work, he met a girl who was fresh and elegant, but unfortunately, the girl was actually a patient sent for treatment, so he could only turn away lost. But the cleaner would never have dreamed this barefoot girl would change his life. At night after work, Mike unintentionally passed by a ward, suddenly heard the girl's cry for help from inside the room. He didn't hesitate to break into the room. A caretaker was doing something wrong to the girl. Mike angrily rushed forward. He quickly subdued the caretaker to the ground. The girl, however, was in shock and apologized profusely.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
You didn't do anything wrong. The guy's a freak. He was gonna hurt you.
You're the mopping man.
After calming the girl down, Mike left the hospital in a hurry. The girl, however, was immersed in the warmth. For a long time could not come back to her senses. So soon after Mike left, the girl followed him secretly. Mike didn't want to take a burden with him, but in a brief exchange with her, he realized the girl didn't look like a mental patient, so he asked the girl for not wearing shoes.
They hurt my feet.
Mike sighed in his mind. It seems that he had thought too much. He quickly asked the girl to return to the hospital, but the girl suddenly breathed heavily and looked uneasy. Mike was so scared that he hastened to pacify her. After giving her some money for the journey home, Mike then turned around and was ready to leave. But before he could take a few steps, he stopped, looked at that full of expectation but blank face. Mike's heart couldn't help but soften. He couldn't just leave her behind, so he decided to contact the girl's relatives first, but was surprised to find that she had no relatives. Just when he was in a dilemma, a bold idea flashed through. Isn't this a ready-made girlfriend? In fact, Mike was once a playboy, and also came from a distinguished family, but because he spent all his time in nightclubs, his father couldn't stand his debauchery any longer, so he froze all his funds, and threw him out to experience the hardships of life. But he didn't change his ways. Instead, he ran up a huge debt, and in the face of debtors' demands, not only did he not restrain himself, instead, he beat up the debtor. As a result, he was sent to the police station, then was arranged to work as a cleaner in a mental hospital. In order to get out of the situation and pay off the debt, Mike decided to ask his father for help. He offered to come home by attending his brother's wedding, but his father made a condition, is that he must bring home a girlfriend, and the pretty girl in front of him now might be able to bring home to cope with his father, though Annie's mental state was a cause for concern, but thinking that with few words, that he might be able to get away with it. But what Mike didn't expect, Annie's first time on an airplane, had a little trouble during the trip. In the bathroom, she can't operate the toilet. She accidentally locked herself in the restroom, and then while Mike